today's How Does It Work? I'm going to be talking about a podcast program called Synth. If you want to access this website, you go to gosynth.com, and this is a really great way for your students to engage in content in a little bit of a different way because it's going to ask them to record their voice, such as a podcast, instead of a video or poster or something like that. One of the things I love about Synth is that for some of our students who might be a little bit more shy, it gives them a little bit more voice and choice in their projects without having to be on film. I also like it because it helps all of our students with that speaking and listening skills. So let's dive into the program a little bit. Right now you're looking at kind of your feed where you're going to collect your own content. Explore here is where you're going to be able to find other people's work and see different kinds of streams that can be collected. Podcast is where you can go and you can find a podcast that someone else has created, or you can start your own podcast. I think that's a really great way for students to work on writing skills, and they can start a podcast, create a series of podcasts and different episodes and things. And so if you're trying to work on a collaborative writing assignment, or you're trying to help them with getting more voice in their writing, adding this podcast feature would be an awesome thing to incorporate into your classroom. So let me show you how to create your own synth. You're just going to hit the plus here. I want you to pay attention to the maximum time is 2:56, and that's in seconds. Another thing I want you to notice is down here, you can upload your audio. So your student could collect the audio in some other way and then add it into Synth as they would like to. So all you have to do is hit that button, that plus. Right now it's recording my voice. It's going to collect my thoughts in this way. When I'm finished, I'm going to hit the stop. And here's where I can edit it. I can clean it up. I can listen to it again. I can add to it with record. Once I've kind of collected my thoughts in the way that I want, I've edited, I'm going to hit done. And it's going to upload to Synth. Now, this is a great feature that I like. You can add chime to it. You can add some kind of sound to the beginning of your film for your podcast so that you can make it sound a little more professional. Something like that. Once you're finished, you're going to hit next. And we are going to give it a title. We can add hashtags. We can add additional links. This transcript feature is really great. I would use that when I was working with my students on fluency. So if you're in distance learning, you might take this assignment, have your students read a book out loud using Synth. They could add this use transcription feature, and then you can really see their words pronounced correctly and give them feedback as needed. Once you finish, you are going to want to publish it. And that publishing is when you now can share your podcast with others. So this is something you're going to want to show your students how to do. You want to have them share. So I would get the web link, then you can post that web link to your Google Classroom, email it, send it to whomever you need to. You can obviously download as well. So this is going to be how they're going to share that with you, whether that's through the Google Classroom or some other feature. Up here, again, you can edit, delete, make changes. But this is the piece that really right here where you create the thread, that is where this program becomes collaborative. So you can have students answer questions, read parts of text, and then that create thread allows the students to interact with each other. It also allows you the ability to give feedback. So for example, if my student was reading a chapter in a textbook, I was looking for fluency, I listened to it, then as long as I have an account through Synth, I can create a thread. So I can click on create thread. It's going to go through the same steps that we already went through, but now it's allowing me to communicate with my student and give feedback. Another way you could do that is with student to student. You can put 2 or 3 kids in a group, and then they can create a thread where they're talking to each other, answering questions, working on summarizing a story, something like that that can make it very collaborative. So besides that, that's kind of the nuts and bolts of Synth. And if you need anything, let me know.